Please be advised that this video is for the sole purpose of entertainment. Any views are purely my own, are subjective and may not necessarily be true. I do, however, do extensive research for all of my videos. All photos have been found on the public domain and I am using them under the fair use and fair dealing guidelines. I urge everybody to do their own research and to view this video subjectively. Well, hello, welcome to Murky's Royal News. Welcome back to Murky Meg's Royal News. And in this week's Royal News, I think something really lovely happened. Prince Charles is patron of the hospice Murky, UK, in Penrith, South Wales. They celebrated their 60th anniversary this year, and he went there to meet patients and staff. He took time to sit and talk and even hold hands with patients. And it was a really lovely visit and something that I think the patients families and the staff will really appreciate him taking the time to come and visit. It makes the world of difference and I just think it was a lovely thing to see. He also signed the Marie Claire UK's Great Big Daffodil, which is touring the UK and gives people the opportunity to share stories, memories, messages or tributes to somebody special. So he now has signed that. I think it just was lovely to see him sitting with a patient, talking and holding her hand. It was very heartwarming, to be perfectly honest, and something you don't see him do very often. So while in the area of Wales, he also, the Prince of Wales, obviously, visited the town of Pontypridd in Wales, and there he met with residents and businesses that have been affected by the humongous floods that we have at the moment going on in the UK. Wales is particularly affected. He went there to speak to the people that are involved in the rescues and to support them, again showing his support for people that are struggling in Britain at the moment. That's what we want to see from a future king. And we know that Prince Charles is very aware at caring about climate change, and I think it was really sensible for him to go boots on the ground, to go and have a look exactly what is happening. More Wales visit, this time in Newport, and he was visiting the CAF train factory and learn about the production process. Personally, I love these kind of things where you watch the programme and you see inside the factory and how things are made. I would love to have done this, so I was quite envious of him going to the train factory. Again, it is quite apt that he visits Wales so often because he is the Prince of Wales, and the previous Prince of Wales didn't really go down very well in history. For him to be honoured with that title and still be so invested in the country that is Wales, I think he should be very proud of himself. If you haven't ever been, I'd utterly recommend going to Wales. It's one of the most prettiest places in the country, especially the Gower Peninsula. You could have quite easily been on a Caribbean island on there on a hot sunny day. It's beautiful. It really, really is. So that's my tip. If you're travelling around Britain, go to the Gower Peninsula in Wales. Decent pubs there too. Well, we were treated massively this week with our very own 93-year-old monarch, and she wore purple. She looks stunning in purple. She really, really does. And it's a very royal colour, by the way. She visited the Royal National ENT, which is ears, nose and throat, and Eastman Dental Hospital. She was there to open their new premises, and as always, in true Queen style, she got to unveil the plaque. I loved seeing her, and the pictures were just simply amazing to see. She looked exactly how she should look as a monarch. She is stoic, she is determined, and nothing seems to faze her. I think every single person could take at least one thing away from the Queen, and that is just keep calm and carry on. She also met with some of the nurses and staff who care for the patients at the hospital, And it was just so nice to see her. We also got to hear about one of my very favourite royals, and that is the Princess Royal, which is Princess Anne. She's patron of the Midwives RCM. Gets me really cross sometimes because, you know, these are royals that are doing extremely hard, well-earned and respected work, yet they don't get talked about in the media at all, which is one of the reasons why I've started this channel. But she actually wrote a letter to the midwives at the turn of this year, and she spoke of the joy on the faces of the mothers and their partners and their gratitude for the support that you give them, she said, to the midwives. And this was while she toured maternity units up and down the country. Interestingly enough, the two go very hand in hand because the Duchess of Cambridge is actually patron of Nursing Now 2020, and she spent a lot of time with midwives in Kingston Hospital in December last year. So she too also praised the work in a letter to the midwives, and she said, "You are there for women at their most vulnerable. You witness strength, pain and unimaginable joy on a daily basis." And I think, especially when it comes to nurses and midwives, a lot of things get forgotten. They are our front line workers, as with paramedics and doctors, but especially nurses and midwives, because they are the ones that you greet first. They are the ones that you see most. They are doing the boots on the ground, sorry to steal that phrase, but they are, and they often get forgotten. So I think the Princess Royal and the Duchess of Cambridge, to be patrons side by side of such two important organisations, it needs to be applauded. They can work hand in hand, and I think they should actually team up and do something amazing. I'm going to purposely not talk about a certain royal that turned 60 this week because I don't want this channel to even touch on that negativity. I won't be talking about him, so that's the end of him. More Prince Charles. He's been very busy this week. He was visiting Warwickshire and the West Midlands as he's president of the RSC. His Royal Highness went to Stratford-upon-Avon to view the ongoing development of the costume workshop. Now, if you don't know what the RSC is, that is the Royal Shakespeare Company. Again, if you've not been to Stratford-on-Avon, go. Oh, it's beautiful. Lots of history. It's steeped in history. Very pretty. Lovely to sit by the river. But Prince of Wales was there at the RSC. He was also at the National Automotive Innovation Centre at their opening. And he said, by bringing the key people together, we can make a real difference in the efforts to transform the way we travel. In this regard, I can only wish you every possible success with your work. He's been a really busy royal this week, hasn't he? We got to see Princess Royal, Princess Anne, in person when she visited the UK Fashion and Textile Association, and she presented the Queen Elizabeth Award for British Design at London Fashion Week, representing Britain as only she can. Please, Your Majesty, make sure that we see more of her. I thought she absolutely rocked it. Incidentally, Her Majesty the Queen made her first visit to London Fashion Week only in 2018. How on earth has she not visited before then? Mind boggles, to be perfectly honest. She actually sat next to Anna Wintour. Fantastic, isn't it? I do really love our monarch. Catherine, the Duchess of Cambridge, was again trying to get people inspired into taking the Big 5 Questions survey. She did an impassioned post to say that it's not too late to have your say. If you've not done it, please go and do it. It's really very beneficial, and I think she's trying to build something that will last for generations. I really do praise her for that. That's about it for today's royal news. Sans les deux terribles. That means without the terrible two. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I will hopefully keep up. Well, I know I will, because I love doing this. It's so informative, it's cheery, it's lovely. I don't get dragged down, I don't get a headache. It's fabulous. So I will hopefully update you in the middle of the week. If not, it will definitely be by next weekend. So I hope you have enjoyed this. Please like, share, subscribe. Do what you need to do. It's fantastic that you're even watching this, to be perfectly honest. I love you all from the bottom of my heart. See you very soon. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, and also that like button. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of my followers for all the tips and all the emails, DMs that everybody sends to me. It really is greatly appreciated. So thank you very much for watching once again.